Running a farm is no easy task. It demands early mornings, grueling hours of manual labor, and constant work under the sun. For Croatian farmer Dava Bovic, the challenges of farming were compounded by an unexpected and persistent problem: illegal parking on his land. Despite polite requests and warnings, thoughtless drivers continued to use his farmland as an overflow parking lot for a nearby flea market. Tired of being ignored, Bovic decided it was time to teach these trespassers a lesson they wouldn't forget. What followed not only made an unforgettable impression, but also turned Bovic into an internet sensation. Bovic's farm, located in the small Croatian town of Javac, had long been his source of livelihood. The mineral-rich soil allowed him to grow healthy crops, despite being near Zagreb's largest landfill. However, every Sunday, his hard work was jeopardized by visitors flocking to the town's bustling flea market. As the market's popularity grew, so did the influx of cars. The designated parking areas quickly filled up, leaving drivers to park wherever they could, often on Bovic's land just across the street. Many saw his expansive fields as a convenient, harmless option, but Bovic knew better. Parked cars, even when stationary, posed a threat to his soil. Their leaking fluids and lingering chemicals could seep into the ground, rendering fertile land useless. Coupled with the leachate toxins from the nearby landfill, the risks to his crops were mounting. For Bovic, protecting his soil wasn't just about pride, it was about survival. Initially, Bovic approached the situation with understanding. He put up signs, asked drivers politely to park elsewhere, and explained the environmental damage their actions could cause. Unfortunately, his pleas were ignored. Each week, more cars appeared, forming neat rows across his farmland, as if mocking his efforts. Frustrated but determined, Bovic realized it was time to take matters into his own hands. One Sunday, as shoppers parked their cars and headed to the flea market, Bovic climbed onto his trusty red tractor. But this time, he wasn't preparing to plant crops. He was ready to send a message. With the engine roaring, he began plowing the land around the parked cars. At first, onlookers assumed he was simply tending to his field. But as the rows of tilled earth grew deeper and more chaotic, it became clear this was no ordinary farming task. When the market-goers returned to their vehicles, they were met with an unpleasant surprise. Their cars were hopelessly stuck in the freshly plowed soil. Tires spun uselessly as drivers tried to escape the trap Bovic had created. Meanwhile, the farmer watched from his tractor, a satisfied smile on his face. As complaints mounted, local police arrived to assess the situation. They found dozens of cars immobilized in the churned-up field and an unbothered Bovic sitting atop his tractor. After hearing his side of the story, the officers concluded that Bovic was well within his rights. It was his property, and he had the freedom to plow his fields as he saw fit. While inconvenient for the drivers, their trespassing left them with little ground to stand on, both figuratively and literally. The police left without issuing Bovic so much as a warning. One particularly determined driver, a woman in a silver Peugeot, struggled to free her car, only to become more entrenched in the tilled earth. Even with police assistance, her vehicle wouldn't budge. Seeing her frustration, Bovic finally relented. He returned with his tractor and flattened the soil around her car, allowing her to drive off. The lesson was clear: no one would dare park on his land again. Videos of Bovic's creative revenge quickly spread online, sparking debates and garnering millions of views. While some criticized him for not putting up clearer signs or charging for parking, most viewers applauded his actions. Comments ranged from praise for his ingenuity to calls for stricter consequences for the trespassers. "People are so selfish sometimes," one user wrote. "Good on him for standing up for himself." Another added, "This is a great reminder to respect other people's property." While some suggested monetizing the situation by setting up a paid parking lot, Bovic's primary concern remained the health of his soil. As one commenter astutely pointed out, the damage to his farmland far outweighs any profit he could make from parking fees. Dava Bovic's story is a testament to the lengths people will go to protect their livelihoods. His unconventional approach not only solved his parking problem, but also highlighted the importance of respecting others' property. And for those who might still consider using his farm as a parking lot, they'll think twice before risking the wrath of the farmer in his red tractor. Bovich's actions sparked a heated debate online. Some praised his creativity, while others questioned if there was a better way to handle the situation. So, what do you think? Was Bovich's approach justified, or could he have handled it differently? Let us know in the comments below. Your thoughts might inspire even more creative solutions to everyday problems.